Nikola Tesla, the man who lit up the world with his imagination. His ideas shaped the future we live in today.
Welcome to Trivia and Facts.
Imagine a man so far ahead of his time that people thought he was either a genius, a wizard, or an alien visitor who got lost on his way to Alpha Centauri. This man wasn't a Marvel superhero, though honestly he could have been. He was Nikola Tesla, the guy who gave us alternating current, radio waves, wireless energy experiments, and about 1 million half-finished projects that still make conspiracy theorists foam at the mouth. Now, here's the kicker. For every invention of Tesla's that we actually know about, like the Tesla Coil or wireless lighting, there are dozens more that disappeared into thin air. Patents never filed, notes confiscated by the government, sketches tucked away in dusty archives. Some inventions sound like science fiction, others like a mad scientist's shopping list, and a few, well, let's just say, if they're real, we probably wouldn't be paying electric bills today. And you know energy companies aren't about to let that slide. So, in today's documentary, we're digging into the hidden history of Nikola Tesla's lost inventions, the ones that were too crazy, too dangerous, or maybe just too profitable for the world to know. Was Tesla silenced by greedy businessmen like Thomas Edison? Or did Uncle Sam step in and say, "Thanks for the death ray idea, Nick. We'll take it from here"? Tesla wasn't just another inventor. He was a walking paradox. He lived in luxury hotels but died broke. He dreamed of free energy for all humanity but couldn't sell a single light bulb without someone else stealing the patent. He could calculate advanced equations in his head instantly, but he also believed he could talk to pigeons. Yes, pigeons, we'll get there. But the real magic of Tesla's story isn't the weird quirks. It's the inventions we never got to see. Imagine if the Wright brothers flew their plane in 1903, and then someone buried the blueprints in Area 51. That's basically Tesla's career in a nutshell. Now, let's warm up with a little hidden history. Within hours, the FBI swooped in, scooped up all his notes, and slapped a top secret label on them faster than a kid hiding bad grades from their parents. Why? Because Tesla wasn't just tinkering with light bulbs. He was experimenting with things like wireless global energy, earthquake machines, remote-controlled drones, and yes, a so-called death ray. Hollywood didn't invent that. Tesla did, and here's where things get deliciously strange. To this day, not all of Tesla's documents have been released. Some ended up in archives, some in private collections, and some supposedly vanished into military black holes. It's like if Leonardo da Vinci had designed a helicopter, then someone locked it in a vault and said, "Don't worry, we'll get back to that in a few centuries." So the question is, what exactly were these lost inventions? Were they too advanced for their time? Were they suppressed because they threatened powerful industries? Or was Tesla just doodling nonsense after too much strong coffee and pigeon gossip? In this documentary, we're going to dig through Tesla's most mysterious projects, real, rumored, and everything in between. From his plans for free wireless energy to his alleged particle beam weapon, we'll separate fact from fiction and have some laughs along the way. Because if history has taught us anything, it's this. The line between mad genius and misunderstood visionary is really thin. Like thinner than Tesla's mustache hair. So buckle up. Whether Tesla was a brilliant inventor silenced by corporations, a visionary undermined by his own eccentricities, or just the ultimate prankster of science, one thing is certain. His lost inventions still fascinate us today. And who knows, maybe hidden in a government warehouse somewhere, right next to Indiana Jones' Ark of the Covenant, there's a dusty notebook labeled Tesla's Free Wi-Fi Energy Machine. Do not open. Picture this. It's the late 1800s. Everyone is still arguing about whether electricity is safe, and half the world is lighting homes with candles. Meanwhile, Nikola Tesla is in his lab casually shooting lightning bolts across the room like he's auditioning for Thor. While other inventors were just trying not to electrocute themselves, Tesla was already imagining a world where you could power your house, your car, and maybe even your neighbor's annoying lawn gnome, all without a single wire. Tesla's obsession was simple but insane for the time. He wanted to transmit electricity through the air. To most people, this sounded like witchcraft, but Tesla wasn't kidding. Using his famous Tesla Coil, he demonstrated lamps glowing across the room without wires. To audiences of the 1890s, this was like someone inventing Wi-Fi in a world that still hadn't nailed down indoor plumbing. But Tesla didn't stop at parlor tricks. His ultimate dream was a worldwide wireless power system. Imagine giant towers beaming energy through the Earth's atmosphere, free for anyone to tap into. No bills, no utility monopolies, just free juice for humanity. It sounded amazing, unless you happened to be an oil tycoon or a banker. In 1901, Tesla began building his boldest project, the Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island. This 187-foot monster wasn't just some backyard experiment. Funded by J.P. Morgan, the same Morgan who had more money than some nations, Tesla envisioned it as the first step toward a global energy network. But Tesla, being Tesla, wasn't exactly clear with investors. Morgan thought he was funding wireless communication, like a worldwide radio. When Tesla revealed his real plan, free power for everyone, Morgan's interest froze faster than a banker's smile during tax season. Funding dried up, construction stalled. In 1917, the unfinished tower was demolished, and Tesla's dream of global wireless power was reduced to rubble. To this day, people argue over why. Was it because the science didn't work? Or because it worked too well and threatened the profits of powerful industries? The science wasn't complete nonsense. Today's wireless charging for phones and electric cars is based on the same principles Tesla was exploring. Of course, scaling that to entire cities is another story, but the fact remains, Tesla saw a future that still excites people. That's why conspiracy theories flourish, that governments or corporations buried his work. After all, free global power is the exact opposite of a business model. Tesla's earlier Colorado Springs experiments in 1899 add fuel to the mystery. Witnesses swore he lit up lamps a mile away without wires, using the earth as a conductor. Farmers reported sparks leaping out of the ground. One even claimed Tesla fried all the bugs in a field, basically inventing the world's most expensive bug zapper. True or exaggerated, the experiments proved he was pushing the boundaries of what electricity could do. But Tesla's vision clashed with reality. Building a wireless global grid required money, infrastructure, and cooperation. What he offered, free energy, was revolutionary but not profitable. And in a world run by investors and industries, not profitable is the death sentence for any invention. To make things spookier, when Tesla died in 1943, the FBI swooped into his hotel room and seized his papers. Officially, they later said his wireless power notes weren't practical. But really, when has the government ever admitted, "Yeah, we found a world-changing device, come take a look"? It's not hard to imagine those notes filed away in some vault, sitting next to the Roswell UFO debris. So, was Tesla really on the verge of giving humanity free, unlimited electricity? Or was his vision just too far ahead of the physics of his time? The truth probably lies somewhere in between. What's undeniable is that his experiments shaped technologies we use today: wireless transmission, radio, even parts of modern power grids trace back to Tesla's crazy experiments. The story of Wardenclyffe Tower and Tesla's wireless dream remains one of history's great what-ifs. In an alternate universe, we could all be living in a world powered by Tesla's invisible energy grid, laughing at the idea of utility bills. Instead, we're stuck arguing with smart meters and paying $200 a month for electricity. Somewhere out there, Tesla is probably shaking his head, and maybe laughing too. By the 1930s, Nikola Tesla was no longer the young genius dazzling crowds with lightning shows. He was older, broke, and spending more time feeding pigeons than building towers. But don't let that image fool you. His imagination was still sparking brighter than ever. And in true Tesla fashion, he was sketching ideas that sounded like they belonged in a superhero comic. The most infamous, what the press nicknamed his Death Ray. Now, Tesla himself never used that name. He preferred the formal title Teleforce. According to him, it was a kind of high-powered energy beam that could protect nations from attack. He insisted it wasn't about war, but about creating a wall of energy so strong that no enemy would even think of invading. His logic was basically, if everyone has unbeatable defense, nobody fights. Tesla even pitched this idea to different governments, including the United States and Britain. Imagine that sales pitch. "Gentlemen, I've invented a protective energy beam. Also, would you like to meet my favorite pigeon?" Some officials listened, some smiled politely, but none wrote a big enough check to see it fully built. So did Tesla really have a working prototype? That's where history gets fuzzy. No complete machine was ever found. Skeptics believe it was more concept than reality, an ambitious theory on paper. But conspiracy lovers point out that when Tesla died in 1943, the US government quickly gathered his notes. Later, they said there was nothing practical in them. But let's be honest, when has a government ever admitted, "Yep, we found something world-changing. Want to see?" And that wasn't Tesla's only headline grabber. His notebooks described ideas that sound a lot like today's tech. Remote-controlled vehicles, Tesla was showing off a radio-controlled boat in 1898. Earthquake machines, he tested mechanical oscillators that shook his lab so much, neighbors thought New York was having a tremor. Wireless communication, he outlined a global messaging system using pocket devices, basically predicting smartphones long before Apple got the idea. One of the most famous stories is the earthquake machine. Tesla built a small device that produced rhythmic vibrations. During a test, the building shook so badly he had to smash it with a hammer before the police arrived. Later, he joked that, in theory, vibrations could affect entire structures, or even the Earth itself. Was it exaggeration? Probably. Was it brilliant marketing? Absolutely. Then there was his obsession with wireless communication. Tesla spoke about a future where people carried small devices in their pockets, instantly connected to the world. To audiences of the 1900s, this sounded like science fiction. Today we just call it texting. But here's the sad part. While his ideas grew wilder, his money dried up. Investors wanted safe profits, not globe-spanning energy towers or mysterious teleforce defenses. Tesla, stubborn as ever, refused to compromise. He drifted between hotels, often unpaid, living off the kindness of friends and dreaming of a world that didn't yet exist. And so the mystery lingers. What was really in those seized papers? Were they just pages of half-finished theories? Or did they contain blueprints for technologies we still don't fully understand? Officially, nothing usable was found. But the missing puzzle pieces keep people guessing and keep Tesla's legend alive. Because even without a working teleforce device, Tesla's wildest concepts inspired generations. His stories fueled pulp magazines, comic books, and even modern science fiction movies. The man who gave us radio waves, AC power, and visions of wireless communication also left behind mysteries that historians still argue about. And if tomorrow someone announced they'd found a long-lost Tesla notebook filled with sketches of futuristic machines, would you even be surprised? Or would you just nod and say, yeah, that sounds exactly like him? Because with Nikola Tesla, the boundary between fact and myth has always been electrifyingly thin. If you're fascinated by how Tesla's secrets may still echo in today's world, stick around, because in the next scene, we'll uncover his final days, the FBI's mysterious role, and what might still be locked away in secret vaults. And if you want more hidden history like this, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let's keep exploring the mysteries they don't teach in school. By the early 1940s, Nikola Tesla's life had become simple and quiet, yet his imagination was still full of energy. The man who had once amazed the world with dazzling electrical experiments now lived in a small hotel room in New York City. Though his public fame had faded, his mind never stopped working. Even in his 80s, Tesla continued to write, sketch, and reflect on new possibilities. He had always believed the world could be improved through science, and that belief stayed with him until the very end. Those who knew Tesla in his later years remembered him as gentle and thoughtful. Each day he walked to Bryant Park, where he fed pigeons. He carried crumbs in his pockets and often spent hours watching and caring for the birds. While some called him eccentric, others saw this as a sign of kindness and sensitivity, the same qualities that had shaped his career as an inventor. Tesla believed deeply in harmony with nature, and even the simplest acts reflected his larger vision of respect for all life. In January 1943, at the age of 86, Nikola Tesla passed away peacefully in his room at the New Yorker Hotel. His death marked the end of a long life dedicated to discovery. Newspapers shared the news across the world, reminding people of the countless ways Tesla had shaped modern science. Though his later years were modest, his contributions were extraordinary, and many paused to honor his legacy. After his passing, Tesla's belongings and personal writings were carefully preserved. His notebooks contained sketches, notes, and reflections gathered over decades. Experts reviewed these materials and explained that much of what he left behind represented theoretical ideas and unfinished projects. Rather than being seen as final inventions, they served as a window into Tesla's unique way of thinking. Over time, many of these writings became available to historians, researchers, and the public, helping future generations understand the scope of his imagination. What followed is one of the most remarkable transformations in history. During his final years, Tesla sometimes felt overlooked, but in the decades after his passing, his reputation only grew stronger. Today, his name is celebrated around the world. Entire companies have been named after him, books have been written about him, and his image continues to inspire inventors and dreamers. Ideas that once seemed impossible, wireless communication, renewable energy systems, and remote-controlled devices, are now part of everyday life. Tesla's own words capture this transformation perfectly. He once wrote, The present is theirs. The future for which I really worked is mine. Indeed, the technologies of the modern world reflect his influence. From clean energy solutions to global communication networks, Tesla's vision continues to echo in the progress of today. What makes Tesla's later years inspiring is not the absence of recognition, but his persistence. Even when he lived quietly, he never abandoned his commitment to science and creativity. His life demonstrates that true passion endures, even in solitude. Tesla's story encourages us to value imagination, resilience, and the pursuit of knowledge, no matter the circumstances. Ultimately, Nikola Tesla passed away in 1943, but his influence did not fade. In many ways, it grew stronger with time. During his life, he often struggled to secure funding and recognition, yet his ideas laid the foundation for countless technologies we depend on today. His story shows how imagination can outlive its creator, inspiring future generations to build what once seemed impossible. Tesla's greatest contribution may not have been a single invention, but rather a vision of possibility. He dreamed of a world connected without wires, where energy could be shared freely, and where machines would ease the burdens of daily life. At the time, many of his ideas seemed too ambitious, but history proved that he was often ahead of his era. Today, we live in a world that reflects much of what Tesla imagined. Look at electricity itself. Tesla's work with alternating current systems became the backbone of global power networks. Every time a light switch is flipped, or a city is illuminated at night, it reflects the success of principles Tesla fought to establish. His early struggles against rival systems now feel distant, but they shape the way modern civilization functions. Wireless communication is another field where Tesla's imagination proved prophetic. He envisioned a future where voices, images, and information could travel invisibly through the air, connecting people across great distances. Today, smartphones, satellites, and Wi-Fi networks make that vision an everyday reality. While many scientists contributed to these developments, Tesla's pioneering ideas paved the way for this revolution. Renewable energy is another area where Tesla's spirit continues to inspire. He once explored concepts of harnessing natural forces, sunlight, wind, and the Earth's energy itself. Although his specific experiments were limited by the technology of his time, the idea that nature could provide endless power resonates strongly today. Modern clean energy projects, from solar panels to wind farms, reflect the same desire Tesla expressed: to find sustainable ways to power humanity's future. Tesla's influence is not limited to science and engineering. Over the decades, his life story has become a cultural symbol. He represents the misunderstood genius, the dreamer who stayed true to his vision even when the world was slow to understand him. Films, novels, and documentaries have retold his story, often portraying him as a figure who bridged science and imagination. His name itself has become iconic, standing for innovation and bold thinking. The modern company that bears his name demonstrates how powerful his legacy has become. Though Tesla the man did not build electric cars, the choice to name a leading clean energy company after him reflects the way society now sees him. A symbol of progress, of daring to think differently, and of looking to the future with hope. Perhaps the most inspiring part of Tesla's legacy is the way his story encourages ordinary people. He was not born into great wealth, and he faced many obstacles. Yet he pursued his ideas with passion and persistence. His story reminds us that creativity and determination can leave an impact far greater than circumstances might suggest. Tesla once wrote, "The desire that guides me in all I do is the desire to harness the forces of nature to the service of mankind." That desire remains relevant today. Scientists, engineers, and visionaries continue to build on his dream of improving human life through innovation. Whether in renewable energy, communication, or automation, the echoes of Tesla's imagination are clear. In the end, Nikola Tesla's legacy is more than a collection of patents or machines. It is a story of vision, resilience, and belief in the future. His ideas continue to light the path forward, showing that even when challenges seem overwhelming, creativity and determination can shape the course of history. Today, the legacy of Nikola Tesla extends far beyond the laboratories where he once worked or the patents he signed. His name has become a symbol of creativity, perseverance, and the belief that imagination can change the world. From classrooms to research centers, Tesla's story is shared not only as a chapter in science, but also as a lesson in human potential. Students learn about his experiments with alternating current, engineers reflect on his wireless concepts, and artists even draw inspiration from his futuristic visions. In this way, Tesla has become more than an inventor. He has become a universal figure representing the spirit of curiosity. Across the globe, monuments, museums, and exhibitions honor his life. In Belgrade, a museum dedicated entirely to Tesla preserves his letters, equipment, and personal belongings. In the United States, plaques and exhibits tell the story of his laboratories and achievements. Even cities that Tesla never visited now host events and lectures in his name, proof of how widely his impact is felt. This worldwide recognition highlights the idea that knowledge knows no borders. Tesla's work is not only an American story or a Serbian story, it is a global story about the power of innovation. Modern technology offers countless reminders of Tesla's influence. Every time we turn on a light, use a power grid, or connect through wireless signals, we are experiencing the world he envisioned more than a century ago. Renewable energy projects often cite his dream of harnessing natural forces for humanity's benefit. Electric transportation reflects his belief in cleaner, more efficient power. Even though Tesla could not have predicted the exact shape of today's devices, the principles he explored laid the foundation for them. His voice echoes in every conversation about the future of sustainable energy and global communication. Popular culture has also kept Tesla alive in the public imagination. He has appeared in films, novels, and documentaries, sometimes portrayed as a mysterious genius, other times as a visionary far ahead of his era. While creative retellings may take liberties, they show how strongly his image resonates with audiences. People are drawn to the idea of someone who dreamed boldly, faced challenges, yet never stopped believing in the future. This cultural fascination keeps his name alive in ways that purely technical records could not. The most meaningful part of Tesla's legacy may be the inspiration he gives to dreamers everywhere. His life reminds us that innovation often comes from daring to see differently. He faced financial struggles, skepticism, and long periods of solitude, yet he continued to imagine possibilities that others dismissed. Today, when young inventors or creators look for role models, Tesla's story reminds them that the path of discovery is rarely smooth, but always worthwhile. His resilience proves that passion can carry ideas across generations. In classrooms, Tesla's story is often paired with a broader lesson. Science is not only about what we know, but about what we seek to understand. His experiments with currents and coils may have been technical, but behind them was a spirit of wonder. That same spirit fuels every student who asks, why? Every researcher who asks, what if? And every artist who dares to create. In this sense, Tesla's true invention was not a single machine, but an attitude, a belief in the limitless reach of imagination. As we move further into a world defined by technology, Tesla's vision continues to feel timely. Conversations about renewable energy, clean transportation, and global connectivity all trace back to questions he once raised. His dream of a world powered by natural forces and connected by invisible signals mirrors many of the challenges and hopes of the 21st century. Each time society debates the future of power, energy, or communication, Tesla's presence is quietly in the background, reminding us that innovation is a journey, not a destination. Finally, Tesla's story is also a reminder of humanity itself. Behind the inventions and theories was a person who loved ideas, who cared for nature, and who believed in a better tomorrow. Remembering Tesla is not only about celebrating technology, but also about valuing the human heart that shapes it. His life proves that science and compassion can coexist, and that progress is strongest when guided by imagination and kindness. In this way, Nikola Tesla's legacy remains alive, not in a single invention or a single place, but in the shared belief that the future is built by those who dare to dream. As our journey through the life and imagination of Nikola Tesla comes to a close, one thing becomes clear. His story is not confined to the past. Tesla's ideas live in the rhythm of modern cities, in the light that fills our homes, and in the networks that connect people across the globe. His vision stretched far beyond the limits of his own era, and in many ways, it continues to guide the questions we ask about our shared future. What makes Tesla so enduring is not only the brilliance of his inventions, but the character of his curiosity. He looked at the world and asked questions few dared to ask. Could energy move without wires? Could natural forces be used to power civilization? Could communication reach across continents without physical connections? At the time, such questions seemed unrealistic, even impossible. Yet today, many of those very ideas shaped the foundation of everyday life. Tesla's journey was far from easy. He experienced setbacks, financial difficulties, and periods of solitude that might have discouraged anyone else. Yet, instead of giving up, he continued to think, experiment, and imagine. This persistence shows us that progress is rarely straightforward. Behind every achievement is a story of resilience, patience, and determination. In Tesla's case, the obstacles make his successes even more remarkable. His legacy also demonstrates that influence can outlast recognition. During his later years, Tesla lived quietly, often away from the spotlight. But history has a way of rediscovering those who left a lasting mark. Decades after his passing, Tesla's reputation grew stronger, and today his name is known around the world. This teaches us that true impact is not measured by immediate fame, but by the enduring value of one's contributions. Tesla's example offers encouragement for all of us. Whether we are scientists, artists, teachers, or students, his life reminds us to value imagination. Innovation is not limited to laboratories or classrooms. It can emerge from any curious mind willing to explore. Tesla teaches that creativity and knowledge are not luxuries. They are tools for shaping a better tomorrow. Another important lesson is Tesla's global relevance. Born in what is now Croatia, he worked in Europe and later in the United States, yet his ideas belong to everyone. His story transcends national boundaries, showing how knowledge connects humanity across cultures and continents. In an age where global cooperation is vital, Tesla's life underscores the truth that discovery is universal and inspiration can come from anywhere. As we reflect on his legacy, we also recognize that Tesla's greatest invention may not have been a machine at all, but a way of thinking. His courage to imagine beyond the known reminds us that the future is not something we wait for. It is something we create. Every light bulb, every power grid, and every wireless signal carries with it a piece of Tesla's dream. A dream that the world could be brighter, more connected, and more hopeful. In honoring Nikola Tesla, we are reminded to nurture our own curiosity, to ask questions, to learn, to persist when challenges arise, and to believe in possibilities others may overlook. His story proves that even when recognition comes late, the value of bold ideas never fades. As the final pages of Tesla's life close, the message remains open for us. The pursuit of knowledge, guided by imagination and fueled by resilience, can transform the world. His light continues to shine, not only in history books, but in the lives of all who dare to dream. And so, as we end this exploration, we carry forward Tesla's enduring gift, the belief that the future belongs to those with the courage to imagine it.